What up, players? Doing it old school, we're going to do the wood burner. But this time, I got prepared. Before I turn on the camera, I got the ash bucket, and I brought wood in. I was used to struggle when I had two hands. So, today, if you guys subscribed to the second channel, you probably got 400 notifications. I apologize. But you knew what you were getting into. I'm probably halfway there. I kept getting hung up because the first day I uploaded like 10, and then it was like, you reached your daily limit, you have to verify your account. I'm like, okay. Like, I made a brand account off of punkcovermoose, whatever the hell that is. So everything, like, I'm all verified or whatever. So I was like, okay. So I like verified my account and just had to like give them my phone number and they text me and then I like put in a code or something. So I did that and then I was able to upload some more or something. And then yesterday I was uploading them and it was like, you reached your daily limit again. You have to verify your account. I'm like, what? So I like clicked on the thing and it was like, you have to upload a picture of your photo ID. And I'm like, why? Like, I'm putting videos on YouTube. But I think a long time ago for punkcovermoose, I had to like do that for like tax stuff. But like, it's a brand new channel. I have like 7 views. But I guess they have like an upload limit. I don't know why. It's probably because people were scamming people or some crap. Who knows? It's always something like that, you know? But it takes 24 hours to, I guess, verify your ID. So I did that. And I had to stop uploading yesterday until they verified my ID, which this morning I logged in and they verified my ID. So I started uploading a bunch again. But I had physical therapy today. First one. Went pretty well, I'd say. It's, oops, I dropped a coal. Oh, hot. Did you guys know that glowing red coals from a fire, if you touch them, they're hot? Just want to warn everybody who may not know. But yeah, I got that all figured out. So in between going to physical therapy, and it kind of gets monotonous, and luckily I had a lot of the vlogs, except for when I started doing the daily vlogs, all the ones I used to edit, they were still on, like, saved on my hard drive, my external hard drive for, I keep all my punkcovermoose stuff on, which I'm going to need a new hard drive soon. I have almost 2 terabytes worth of stuff. My hard drive's almost full of content. If I saved all my shorts and stuff on there, it'd probably be massive. Probably be more than 2 terabytes for sure. But let me get this last piece of wood in here. I'll tell you about physical therapy. But I would say the second channel has gone pretty good because I would say I'm about ready. I probably only need another day or 2, honestly. As long as there's no hiccups, I could probably finish up the rest tomorrow. As long as nothing comes up or anything like that. I forgot to get water and I gotta take the bucket out now. But like I said, I'll do an announcement. My ash bucket is smoking. Let me go take this out real quick because one hand. Hold on. Okay. Oh, we just got back from McDonald's actually, because I mean we usually don't even really go out anyways to save the money. But we have like, well, you guys, I've said it before, like we have like a written budget, and we give ourselves like, I think it's like $60 a month or something to go out. So we usually, depending on where we go, we usually get to go out like once or twice a month. So we've been really, until I get the channel built back up again and all that, we've been really not going out at all. But we've just been so sick of cooking. We were like, all right, we were gonna go to a local place. It's wing night there. But then we remembered the last time we went, it's like they have like a bar side and a restaurant side. Well, we went to the restaurant side because, you know, we have a kid that's underage. And they let it go, but the wing night only applies to the bar side, which probably makes sense. I don't know. That's their rule. So I was like, oh, yeah, that's right. We can't go on the bar side. It was funny, too, because usually the kid, she just likes to go out. But a lot of times when we suggest that place, you're like, because they don't have, like, you know, they're not like McDonald's where you get a toy or something, right? But then we remembered that after we told her we were going to go there. And she's like, I don't want to go to McDonald's. And we're like, just go. So she didn't really give us a hard time. But then we went, and we usually don't know what to expect because that one, it's like, we live in a small town, and they've had staffing issues. My chair's all squeaking. So a lot of times, like, the dining room's not open, or like you go in the drive-thru, it's super slow. Or, like, we've gone and it's just closed. Like, they're supposed to be open, but they're closed because, like, no one showed up. So we went. The dining room was open, and there was like all new people there. And the dude, he was like, "Yeah, I'm the manager from a couple towns over. They got a new owner. I'm like, we got new staff. I'm training them, and this, that, and the other." He's like super nice. And like Lily brought her Easter basket because like that's what little kids, they just do stuff like that. And so he gave her one of the Happy Meal toys, like put it in her basket, and then she got a Happy Meal, so she got another one. So she was super happy about that. And then I guess McDonald's sells Krispy Kreme donuts now. And when the Krispy Kreme guy was leaving, he's like, "Hey, I got to throw these ones away. Do you guys want them?" So we got like 3 boxes of Krispy Kreme donuts. So, yeah. So it was kind of a good deal because, like, usually when we would go and it was open or whatever, it's like the fries are cold and all that other stuff. But I mean, you know, we never really expect much. We just didn't feel like cooking, and we didn't want to be in the house, you know. But it was like a very pleasant experience for. It's probably like what it is supposed to be, or what it like used to be in the 90s. But it, you know, everything has just kind of gone downhill. So, yeah, so now we have like breakfast for the next few days, which is cool. Well, when we came home, because the boxes hold 6, so we gave one. They were like 3 different flavors. There's like the original ones, and there was like chocolate with sprinkles, and then like chocolate with like cream filled or something. So we opened them and we made them like all variety boxes, or at least the one, and we gave one to our neighbor. But yeah, so that was our night out. It was pleasant. So I had physical therapy today, my first one. Man, I learned a lot more today, and I have to. Well, first of all, I was kind of showing you guys that like it's hard for me to grip anything. And they actually, so this strap here, it's to hold my fingers up against here. I'm not supposed to move my fingers right now at all. They call that active movement when you move your fingers. This is active. What I'm supposed to do is with, well, here, let me just do it how I'm supposed to. I kind of showed you guys, but I wasn't doing it right. I don't, either I misunderstood or whatever, but the physical therapist now, this is what she wants me to do. So I have to passively, so this is like, I'm not moving my finger on this hand. I'm using my good hand to push it down. And like it feels kind of tight there. And then I need to let it go and let it go back up on its own. And then I can actively, I forget what it's called, but I can actively not spread my fingers, but like I'm allowed to actively move my fingers back like this. I'm not allowed to actively move them this way. I can passively move them down, but I can't actively move them, like make a fist. You know what I mean? But I can let them, when, like, you know, you put your hand at rest, they open up a bit. But after I do that, so see, it's not touching the splint yet. Then I need to actively lift my finger back. So my middle finger and my ring finger, we found out, are the most, even though it's harder for me to move my pinky, my ring and my middle and my ring finger are the most messed up. You can tell because they don't go back all the way. See how my pinky and my pointer finger does, but I can move them back, but at rest they're not in the right spot, which, you know, this hand, that's rest, that's at rest. So I just got to keep doing these exercises so they get back to where it's at. What she explained to me was I shouldn't do anything with this arm at all. There's a lot of times where, you know, like I showed you guys yesterday, I was like, look, I could put a pen in my hand, or I used this marker, this Sharpie, and I was like, look, I can hold it, but not very well. It can get knocked out very easily, and especially for a guitar pick. I'm not allowed to do that at all. And there were certain things, you know, like I'd be holding something with this hand and I'd kind of like hit the light switch with this elbow or something, you know, like away from my whatever. She doesn't want me to do that because she doesn't want to risk, probably overly precautious, but being that I need my fingers to play guitar, if I'm ever going to play guitar again, I'm going to be overly cautious with it. So, I'm at a point where, so the way she explained it was the first like 10 to 14 days after they actually stitched my tendons back together. The first 10 to 14 days, the stitches, they're not strong, but they're stronger than what they are now because they dissolve. And since they're either mostly or maybe even completely dissolved, I still haven't formed, my tendons have fused back together, but not completely, like not all the scar tissue is completely formed. So I'm at a much higher risk of rupturing them again. So I'd have to get surgery again. And I don't want to do that. So I have to be extra cautious. So I still can't drive, and which was kind of weird because, and I want to touch on something actually, because my wife brought this up and it's a good point. My surgeon, when I went for the follow-up, he cleared me to drive. He's like, you're not on any pain meds and you have a working hand. You are clear to drive. There was a physical therapist that worked there at his office. She's the one that made the splint, and I saw a different physical therapist today. They both physical therapists said, they do not recommend that I drive. Because even if, like, you know, I can get in the car and I can hold the brake with my foot and shift with this hand, and I can turn the key with this hand, and I could still turn. If there's any sort of sudden movement, like someone pulls out in front of me, I got to brake and it jerks my arm, it could anything, I'm at a high risk of rupturing a tendon again. Or not again, but rupturing what was fixed. So I just have to be extra careful. And the physical therapist today told me that this is one of those, I feel like, American, like, health insurance or just insurance in general and legal system crap that we have to go through. She told me that if I were driving under this condition and I got into an accident, not only do I risk rupturing my hand, but I can actually be held liable, even though the surgeon cleared me to drive. Isn't that wild? So when I mentioned this to my wife, she was like, it sounds like you should have been seeing a physical therapist right after your surgery. I was like, yeah, you're kind of right, because they have like two different views on what should be done. And it kind of makes sense because you think about it, you're like, well, okay, they're both highly educated in their fields, in the medical field, so they should probably know. But if you really think about it, it's like the surgeon knows how to surgery and the physical therapist knows how to physically therapist. So I'm going to go with the therapist's advice on this one, just because it errs on the side of more caution. So, whatever. And to be honest, I don't really miss driving, kind of hate driving. What I miss is riding my dirt bike. That's what I want to ride. And there's all this snow on the ground, and it's like one of the best times. I love riding in like August and September, because it's dry here. So in the woods, it's usually very muddy. And it just I don't know. Trails seem to get muddy so easily. You know what I mean? I guess woods, the forest just holds a bunch of moisture or something. But in August and September, it's usually pretty dry here, sometimes even into October. It seems like right before winter hits, it'll like rain a lot here, and then it starts getting like freezing, right? It's just, I don't know. Being alive for 38 years, that's just what seems to always happen. And then like right before, summer hits, obviously, spring, it'll start warming up, rains a lot, things start growing. It's like to help defrost the ground or something. I don't know. But anyways, that's when I like to ride. And, in the fall time there, end of the summer, beginning of fall, and in the winter, because if it was muddy, it's frozen now. Plus, it's just a whole different experience. Like, you really have to bundle up to stay warm. I wish I had like the clear on my helmet, but I don't. So I have like a ski mask, and I'll put, kind of seems like a lot of work, but if you're, not that I'm like experienced rider or anything, but if you have some experience driving in the snow on ice and stuff, it's a lot of fun. It's a different experience. You know what I mean? Driving in the mud, like putting around in the mud and stuff, is fun too. But the only thing I don't like about it, like if I'm hanging out with like the boys for the day or something like that, I don't really have any friends that ride, unfortunately. But like I've gone to like an ATV park or something for the day. It's like I'm getting muddy. Like I don't care, and it's just fun. It's just like when you were a little kid, you just go out and just everybody's like, oh, how big of a splash can we make? Riding through the mud, like, oh, can we climb this hill in the mud? And I don't know, it's just fun. But usually, I don't like to do it because a lot of work getting cleaned up. Even when I go to like the ATV park, it's like I bring a change of clothes and extra bags. So I don't even care. Like right before I get into the car, right in the parking lot, I just strip down to my boxers, throw everything in my in a garbage bag all my muddy clothes and just put clean clothes on. So, because we have like a nicer car now, or I've always had like beaters, so I just didn't really care. But you still don't want to get mud inside your car. You know what I mean? Then, like, you go into the freaking funeral the next day or something. I don't know. You don't want, or work or something. You don't want to get muddy, right? And I just like to keep things clean. But yeah, it's like the nicest car we ever had, so I also don't want to like get it all messed up. But then even like if I'm just putting around and at the house and on the property or whatever, I don't like going down the woods to get muddy because then it's like I like to just come home, park it, and then go do whatever it is I want to do, like go in the house or whatever. Like I don't want to have to like spray everything off. It becomes a little more of a chore. It kind of takes the fun out of it a little bit. Like I don't care if the bike is muddy, but then it dries and it falls off into the shops and I gotta like sweep it out later. And sometimes that's just what I do. But a lot of times I'll just park it, wait for like the engine to cool down, and then I'll spray it off, while I'm waiting for the engine to cool down. I'll like change. It's just like I don't want to do all that. So I try and keep the get dirty down to a minimum. But there's like some cool trails in the back that like there's some jumps and other things to do other than get muddy. So anyways, that's really what I miss about driving. And I want to get that go-kart going, man. And it runs, but I can't even really work on it, unfortunately. So she also told me now that I can wash my hand. She even said the surgeon said to not, or no, I think it was the physical therapist at the surgeon's office. They told me like not to soak it, like not to get a bath or whatever, to just wipe it off with a cloth. The lady today told me like I can run my hand underwater and like wash it and stuff. But what she recommended, well, the first physical therapist, she didn't say anything about like taking this off to like clean the inside of it, which I was doing anyways. I kind of was a compulsive hand washer to begin with, even like before COVID. But what was I saying? My hand. So what I was doing was I was just taking this off. I have to keep my hand in this shape. So I was taking it off and I would just like set my hand down on the vanity or something and just kind of wash it. But it's hard because I got to like, when like your hand is at rest here. So to do this, I have to like turn my body and you're risking moving those tendons in the wrong way. So you don't want to do that. I wasn't like, forcing myself. I was just showing you the motion. Obviously, like I wasn't going to do it at any point to like, where it hurts or anything like that. But what she recommended was just kind of like unstrapping my arm from the splint and then scrubbing it while it's in there, just to make sure it keeps the shape. Because the worst thing I could do right now is like because my hand has to be like this. I can't risk even straightening out my hand. So the more I bend it back, the more tension you put on your tendons that are in your forearm. And those were the ones that got damaged, because I guess you also have tendons here too for that. Wait, it's something, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I guess the tendons in the back you use to pull your fingers this way, and then the tendons in the front go like this. But when you pull them back, it like stretches these tendons. That sounds right. So when I stretch them, that's when it starts pulling on where it was stitched together. And if it's not complete, the stitches are dissolving, the scar tissue's not, it can pull them apart and rupture them. The other thing she did today felt so good. She like held my hand, so it was like a fist like this, and then she was rocking my other hand, obviously, but she was, doing that. Not that much, but like, because it's just stiff, you know what I mean? And I guess there's like scar tissue there now. So I have to go to physical therapy twice a week and do all these different exercises. And there's a paper that I got from the surgeon for my follow-up that has week by week. It's like week 0 through 3. I got to do those exercises I was telling you. When I go there, she's going to check in on it, and we'll do it, move the fingers more or whatever. And then like week, 4 to 6 or something, there's different ones, and 6 to 13 or whatever. It's all laid out how it's going to go. But I don't know if I said this. She said it's because originally when before they discharged me from the hospital, they said it was going to be anywhere from 3 to 6 months. She told me today that it's probably going to be about 3 months, which is good because that's on the low end. But we're looking at what, February, March, April. So I probably won't be playing guitar till about April, springtime, May. But she's also hopeful too. She went through my discharge papers, and she went through my prescription for the physical therapy, like the surgeon's instructions or whatever. And she said the same thing. Considering what happened to me and all the damage that I did, it was in the best spot, because if it would have been on my palm or up here, anywhere other than my wrist, it's the easiest place to fix it. That's, when you have to get them fixed there, you have the best odds of recovery. You have the best odds of repair, which obviously they were able to completely. And I didn't hit any nerves. And she said too, like, based on what I'm able to do, like, I'm on par with what is expected. So, I mean, like I keep saying, it's like unexpected. I'm just happy and grateful. Not what I wanted, but a lot of good has came out of it. Really got to see like just who actually gives a crap about me. I got to see like what I'm capable of doing with only one hand. And it really forced me to, all I can really do right now is make content with my phone. I can with my cameras and stuff too, but I learned a lot from all the different videos I've been making, and it forced me to do that because that's all I can do right now. And, for instance, when I started back up again at the beginning of September, I was doing all these things. I'm trying to figure out what's working, what's not, uploading stuff to the channel, like picking up where I left off, that kind of stuff. And things slowly have been building up and up. Everything is still ramping up. But the last few weeks, things have really ramped up. And one example is I've been watching my subscribers on YouTube. So when my channel was idle and inactive, pretty much, I was averaging about a half a subscriber a day. And then when I quit my job, as I'm posting and stuff more, I started averaging, after like a month or so, 1 subscriber a day, right? And then it just kept going up. I eventually hit 2 subscribers a day. I think around December when I was posting a lot for the Christmas EP. And then January hit and this happened. And I was like, man, my goal was to like hit 3 subscribers a day on average. But because I was forced to like focus on what content is working and what's not, because I have a bunch of songs in my catalog, you know what I mean? I have a ton of covers, and I can't do much with the Christmas EP right now, of course, but until next year. But other than that, I have a lot of covers songs in my catalog that I can still promote that people haven't heard, you know what I mean? There's billions of people on the earth, and I have 3,300 subscribers or something like that. A ton, but 3,300 compared to the few billion or whatever that's on planet Earth, there's still a lot of people out there that haven't heard even the stuff that I put out 7 years ago. So anyways, in January, forced me to do this, but I quickly hit 3 subscribers a day, I feel like, which was, I hit that mark 2 or 3 days ago. These were like internal goals that I had that I wasn't really sharing publicly, I guess. But I was like, okay, so now the next milestone is 4 subscribers a day. Well, when I woke up today, I'm almost there. Because the analytics on YouTube go by, you can switch it, but it's like it goes by, you can change it to your analytics, you know, like the views or watch time you've gotten and subscribers in the last 24 hours, 48 hours, 7 days, 28 days. I don't know why it's 28. I guess because February is the shortest month. 28 days, 90 days, and then 365 days. Or custom. But it defaults to 28. So the way I guess I was seeing it was like, okay, so once I hit 30 subscribers in the last 28 days, I'm thinking like just round it up 28 to 30 days, because really it probably averages out like a month is like 30 days, right? Because I wasn't trying to be exact, right? So I'm like, well, once I hit 30 consistently on that setting, that's 1 subscriber a day. And 60, and then 90, right? But then I was doing the math, and I was like, oh, well, it's actually a little less. It's like 83 for 3 subscribers a day, something like that. I can't remember. I don't think that's right. 84, maybe. I don't know. But then I was like, oh, so the next milestone isn't 120 for 4 subscribers a day. It's like 112. And I woke up this morning, I was at 106 for the last 28 days. So that's pretty cool, you know what I mean? But I've been figuring out things at work that I probably would have taken me a long time, or maybe never even did. I feel like I have to sneeze. Am I good? We're going to say yes. So just hitting those milestones, I mean, that just makes everything snowball. I started experimenting with like, well, remember I was saying like, people are giving me so much shit. It started like negative snowballing with people when I said like, did you ever wonder what such and such song would sound like as punk rock? And people were getting so caught up on that, which I understand better now. But to me, it was just like, pop punk's a subgenre of punk rock. Who cares? But punk rock's a genre and a lifestyle and whatever, you know. I don't care. But I think it was that channel Voices, I think. I don't know if you watch these or not. I'm pretty sure it was that dude that was like, I didn't know this was punk rock. I thought we were listening to the genre of Moose. And I was like, I need to use that somehow. And I started doing that. I don't know if you guys saw any of the shorts I've been putting out and TikToks and stuff, but like, I was like, do you guys know the song such and such? Well, my name's Moose, and I'm a musician, and I like to take songs like this and moosify them. Check this out. And then I would put my clip of my music video in. Is it that time of the vlog? What's up, kiddo?
I need to go to the bathroom.
Okay. What was I saying? Oh, so I've been doing that, and that's been working. So I did that for like 3 days or so, and it was working. And then I was like,
Please subscribe.
there it is. At the end of after my clip of my music video, you know, I would just say like, hey, you're awesome for hanging around. Make sure you subscribe or something like that. But then I started saying like, hey, do me a favor. Look this up on Spotify or wherever you listen to music and let me know if you can find this song. Which a lot of people are like, yeah, I found this song. I added it to my playlist or whatever, or this playlist or my workout playlist or whatever. I'm like, nice, okay. That's perfect. So like now Spotify and stuff are getting these signals, and like hopefully that algorithm gets triggered and it's suggesting my music to people who might listen to it based off of the people that are saving my songs and all that stuff, right? Which then also someone today was just like, I couldn't find this song on YouTube Music. And I logged into my distributor account and it's there, but I've noticed that some of my songs are really hard to find, like as TikTok sounds or Instagram sounds, which is kind of annoying. I don't know how to fix that, but like, I guess my point of saying all this is like, I found this out by doing these things, experimenting, because all I can do right now is make videos, like, you know what I mean? Like that. So, I think just a lot of good has come out of it. So, and it's a skill that I think was probably my weakest. Because I think what a lot of artists, not even just musicians, but artists lack is like how to market their stuff. You know, it's one thing to just post something, but to do things to be entertaining, to get your stuff out there, I think a lot of people lack, which it's unfortunate because like back in the day, this like labels and stuff used to take care of that stuff. Like artists, musicians just wrote songs, you know what I mean? And then a whole team was built around them if they got signed. But we're in an interesting era where it's like, I can figure this stuff out and then I don't have to like get screwed over by a label or something like that. Like I can just be a normal dude doing what I like to do and hanging out with and talking to all of the cool people that have subscribed to my second channel. And it's just so much cooler and like, I don't know, like intimate and stuff, you know, the amount of conversations I have with people on like a daily basis that are just like, I mean, I hear it all the time. Someone said it to me today. They're like, dude, I know for a fact if we lived closer together, we would like hang out all the time. I'm like, I absolutely agree. And that's so much cooler to me. So it's exciting. I like it. And I'm glad I'm getting better at it. I tried a couple of things today. Because I still get like hate comments, but I would do like the Spotify thing and I'd be like, oh, added bonus. Anyone who leaves a hate comment on this video in the comments, they're a fart sniffer. It was I didn't say it that long, but I was just like, added bonus. Anyone who leaves a hate comment is a fart sniffer. I haven't checked my comments or anything today, but it kind of sucks because it's like almost like not unintentionally. It's kind of like baiting people, but it's like those people are going to leave hate comments no matter what. So like if you're not even going to watch the whole thing, it's just like, hey man, I want to be like, I'd be cool with you. Like if you just scrolled by and didn't like my stuff or whatever, but like, you know, if you're going to tell me I suck and I need to quit and go flip burgers at McDonald's and all the shitty things that people have said to me, I need to go kill myself or whatever. That has happened before. You know what? I'm going to call you a fart sniffer without you knowing. So, and you're going to make yourself look dumb. So, hey, whatever. Just a way to have fun. So make sure you check those. That would be kind of funny. Just like I told Kimmy that that I did that, and she laughed, and she was like, "Wouldn't it be like kind of crazy? Like, I'd feel bad for like the people getting like mad or whatever, because you know they have issues going on, like personal issues or something. So it's like I don't want to like I don't want to hurt. My intention isn't to like hurt anybody or anything, but like I said, people are gonna do it anyways. Wouldn't it be funny if like someone did that on one of your videos and then everybody that did watch the whole thing was like, "Oh, fart sniffer." So I don't know. It was just like a playful thing, I guess I thought of, but I think I covered everything with this puppy. I still haven't put the googly eyes on yet. I gotta go find those. I do know, I will say from doing the stuff, it's kind of made me anxious, but I think because the physical therapist was like moving my wrist and my fingers and stuff, I can like, when you like work out or something, you feel like that burn. That's kind of what it feels like, but it's like in my tendons, which makes me anxious. I'm like, oh my God, are they like ripping apart? But I think they probably just like stretched a little bit. And I mean, she knows what she's doing, so I'm sure it's supposed to feel the way. She would move things. She's like, "You're making a weird face." And I'm like, "It doesn't hurt, but it feels different." And she's like, "Well, you're feeling blah, 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 whatever, It happened a few times. But, yeah, I think I covered everything that I want to talk about today. So, tomorrow, I told you about the little joke song I had that I was able to finish and mix. And I've shot a video, and I showed it to a few people, and they didn't get it. So I got to reshoot that. I think I left out a couple important details to make the joke work. I'm going to try and do that tomorrow in between like doing my second channel, uploading everything to there. I will say it's kind of nice, like when I upload a short to YouTube, they have a feature where you can tag a related video. So when you're watching a short next time, I don't know if you've seen it, a lot of times creators it'll have like a related video. So you can tap on that. It'll take you like to another short, or like it might be a clip from like a long form video, and you can click on that and it'll be like a clip from the long form video. You tap on that, and it'll take you to the long form video or something. A lot of times, like when I have to do that, like if I made a short with like "Come and Get Your Love," it was like my second cover, I have to scroll for days because I've done so many vlogs. But now that I've been, making all those vlogs private as I upload them to the second or transfer them to the second channel, there's way less videos to scroll through. So, and it's cool because it's like all music stuff. And I'm like, I think this is good. So all these new subscribers, like when they go to like my homepage, they're not gonna see an ocean of vlogs. They're gonna see music stuff, what they originally subscribed to me from, which was mostly from shorts, me putting out all those shorts and stuff like that. TikTok, my TikTok account's been growing a lot. I've gone up like almost 200 followers, I think, in the last 90 days, so since September. And I think right now I'm just kind of like happy because I think I'm at the top of the wave right now. I'm gonna kind of guess that like right now, except for Facebook's just like a cesspool of like garbage, I swear. Sorry if you like Facebook. Man, there just seems like there's so many just negative buttholes on there. Not everybody, of course, but anyways, Instagram, still not so much Instagram, but Instagram, definitely YouTube, and definitely TikTok. I've just been posting like 3 to 5 times a day, just all these little videos I was talking about. And usually when I log in, I get notifications if I see there's comments. A lot of times, like lately, the last few weeks, I just haven't been clicking on them because of what happened to me on Facebook. Like, I ended up in the algorithm on Facebook where like a ton of people were just shitting on me. I'm just like, God dang it. I started just blocking everybody because I'm just like, I just don't care. But lately, the last couple of days, it's like I log in, I'll see that there's comments. I'm like, oh boy. Like, kind of, I just like hate going down that road. But lately, like the last few days, it's been all positive. I'm like tons of people are just like, even video, like finding older videos where before I said like, see if you can find us on Spotify or whatever. People would comment like, oh my God, I'm so glad I saw this. Like, I'm so glad the algorithm fed me this. I followed you and I found all of your songs on Spotify. I'm like, dude, thanks for giving me a chance and checking it out. Like, that's awesome. So that's cool. But I feel like right now I'm just at the top of that wave, and the algorithm are going to keep trying to push it to new people, and it's probably going to start going downhill a little bit where it's just like I'll start getting negative stuff again and it'll come back up. It'll be like a wave. That's what I'm suspecting, but we'll see. I mean, you're always going to get negative comments, but oh man. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping. I woke up today, I had my first negative comment on my pros and cons of one-handed musician. It was this dude. I think he was just trying to like help promote his friend, but he said something like he tagged his friend who has one arm and is a one-man band, and he was like, I don't remember the name or anything, but he was like, so and so actually only has one arm, unlike this guy who's just going to be in a cast for a few weeks. And I'm like, why do people just say so without knowing? Like, I almost died. Like, what the hell? Like, not say like, I'm like, I'm not trying to compete with your friend. Like, and it was crazy because I clicked on his profile because he kind of looked familiar, and I don't know who he was, but he was in his profile was like, I'm a music manager, blah blah blah, and I'm just like, what do you like? The industry needs less people like you. Like, who do you think you are? Like, I'm not trying to compete against your friend, bro. Like, if anything, you could have said something different, and maybe we could have like collabed or something. Like, we could have shown each other something. You know what I mean? Like, something positive could have come out of it. I'm just like, I was just like, I think he's just trying to like, but that was me overthinking again. I was like, I'm just going to block him. Like, screw this guy. I went to block him. Facebook wouldn't let me, so I just deleted it because I'm just like, if anything, you're just like trying to get like piggyback like some free promotion off of it, which like, if you weren't kind of a butthole about it, like, I wouldn't have cared. I tell people all the time, like, people have messaged me like, hey, I wanted to send you a link to my band because I didn't want to like spam your comments. I'm like, dude, I don't care. Like, you're cool. Like, I'll like, dude, if you guys are like working hard and like putting in the effort, like, I'll freaking promote you. Like, like we can collab or something. You know what I mean? But people like that, it's just like, get away from me. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just crazy. Crazy. There was another one too. It was kind of funny to me because it was on my cover of Daydream Believer. I posted like a video clip like, did you guys ever hear the song Daydream Believer by the Monkees? Well, my name's Moose. I'm a musician. I like to moosify stuff like this. Check this out. And and then a clip of my Daydream Believer cover. And the dude was just like, oh yeah, a pop punk singer talking about girls that are old enough, or singing about girls that are old enough to be a prom queen. You fit the bill or something. I'm like, it made me laugh because that is like a stereotype, but I'm like, dog, you don't even know me. Like, I don't want to get like too personal or like too much TMI, but like I've never cheated on anybody. My wife is the only person I'd ever been with, like, in that way. So you're just saying shit. You don't even know what you're talking about. That was one of those things, like, it just doesn't need to be said. You know what I mean? And I'm just going to stop overthinking. It was just like, you know what? Block. Just blocking you. Because obviously, you know, and it's, I think at the end of that video too, I was like, let's check the comments, see if the genre police showed up. I was like, you know what? You kind of fit that. You're stereotyping people in genres, so block. I don't know. I had a lot of people talk to me about the vlog yesterday when I was talking about religion. I kind of had a feeling it was going to all good. It was all good, which, you know, that honestly, with all of you guys, that doesn't surprise me because you all are good people. But a lot of people that I didn't even know were like paying attention to me, like on Facebook and on YouTube and stuff. Just like people I met from work and stuff like that in the past, you know. Kind of interesting. But yeah, you know, I think that's it. That's all I got. I'm pretty tired. I want to go to bed. I haven't been sleeping well. Not bad. A few days after my surgery, I started really sleeping well, like not waking up at all throughout the night. It was like great. It was like right after I stopped needing my pain medication. And I'd fall right to sleep, and then I'd wake up. I'm usually like, it's the middle of the night, so like I'd wake up and like go to the bathroom, and if it was cold, I'd put more wood on the wood burner or something. But I'd wake up, I'm like, oh man, I gotta go to the bathroom. I check my phone, it'd be like 7 o'clock or 6 o'clock or something. I'm like, nice, I slept through the entire night. Like, that never happens. It felt so great. But the last few nights I've been waking up like at least once or twice. But yeah, I'm gonna go because Colin Furs put out a new video on his second channel, and I want to go watch. I've been trying to watch that all day. So thanks for the support, guys. As you know, all the links are in the bio. Amazon affiliate link, please. Merch link. I think my Patreon's in there. If you guys do that. DistroKid. I don't know. Check it out. I appreciate you guys' support. Either way, it's all building. I'm glad to have you guys here and a part of it and helping me and just being my friend. So, I don't know. I'm having fun, feeling good other than this. But it's getting there. So, I'll see you guys tomorrow.